the first wave and now during the second wave, the COVID-19 pandemic has led to lockdowns, restrictions affecting a lot of sectors, including education. And students have been impacted the most, especially those who are appearing for board exams. Constant postponements and cancellations of the exams have led to a lot of uncertainty, especially for those who are appearing for the class 12 exams. Their plans for higher studies, for appearing for competitive exams have all gone haywire because the most important criteria is class 12 scores. And that's why the question is there need now to revisit or to reassess the assessment criteria as far as admissions in universities for higher studies is concerned? Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We have with us Neha Joshi, spokesperson of the BJP. We also have Rashmi Biswal, principal DAV Pushpanjali Enclave Pitampura, and a class 12 student, Sia Tayal, is also joining us on the broadcast. Good evening to all three of you. I first want to go across to Sia. Sia, tell us, how are you dealing with the uncertainty? What is it that you want the CBSE and the government to do now to end this uncertainty?
Ma'am, I'm a class 10 student and my boards have been cancelled already, and I'm very grateful to that for that. But, for the 12th graders, there is so much uncertainty. And besides that, there's fear. Right now, every 3 minutes, I'm getting a call asking for oxygen cylinders or beds. And I'm running my own resource group called the BNFT Resource Group with over 500 people on it now. And ma'am, it's so scary to even think that we will have to go out there and give examinations. And I don't think we can delay it any further, because how much anxiety and stress can you give the children over one set of exams? Necessity is the mother of invention, but it's also the mother of adaptation, and we need to adapt and find more creative methods to assess our students without putting their lives at risk.
That's a very important suggestion. Neha Joshi, first and foremost, what the parents want and the students want at this point in time is some clarity coming in from the CBSE, some clarity coming in from the center, from the government as to what is going to be done. Absolutely. Sia, what is your suggestion or tips that you want to give to your fellow students in dealing with anxiety, in keeping yourself sane in these insane and uncertain times?
Ma'am, I think right now we need to do what makes us happy, but I'm not going to give unsolicited advice to students of 12th grade because our exams have been cancelled. So now we are stress-free and doing our part to help people get resources. The fact that we don't want to conduct internal assessment because of so-called biases shows blatant distrust in our education system. And right now we're always telling our children that, you need to have a good education. We have a good education. We don't need to prove ourselves again and again and again and go out and risk our lives to get 3% extra. Right now, a week back, our teacher passed away, and he was the sole earning member of his family, and we're doing fundraisers for him right now. So you can just imagine that, not only students, the whole of India is a stakeholder right now. We go home to our families, our teachers go home to theirs. Practically everyone is being affected. Exams shouldn't even be. Right now, we are running out of oxygen to give our citizens, and we're thinking about exams because we care so much. And, children will get into universities. Universities can, move their acceptance rate up or down, but students' lives are not disposable. Right now, we've got our education. We have learned this year. We have learned so much, more than just from textbooks. We have learned life lessons. But if you want us to prove ourselves again and again and again and risk our life to get marks, we will not do that.
Neha Joshi, I think all of us share that sentiment that has just been expressed by Sia, and every family. There is no family in India which has not been affected or badly hit because of the coronavirus pandemic. Children are also now coming in the grip of the coronavirus infection. At such a time, there are some suggestions also coming in. I believe Sia was also pointing in that direction. One can use projections based on these internal assessments or, the class 10th or the class 11th marks. I also think, and I'd like to know what Sia thinks about this suggestion that has come in, that universities need to tweak the admission criteria a bit, the assessment criteria a bit, maybe rely on aptitude tests, maybe rely on projections based on class 10 and 11 exams. And most importantly, whatever decision you take, you have to take into account everybody's interest, which is something I said, when we began the debate, not just about students who live in the urban areas, but those who live in the rural pockets that are now being badly hit, whether they have access to technology, whether they have access to gadgets, whether they have access to internet, all of that needs to be taken into account.
Ma'am, I think that's very true because when you're giving one school in a particular board to give, like you're giving them an option to give the exams, you're giving every single student in that board. And one school might take amazing precautions, whereas another may not. So we need to consider each and every student. Right now, I think all students unanimously believe that internal assessment is the best way to assess students because we need to have faith in our teachers who have taught us since the beginning of time. We need to have faith that they will judge us fairly, and I'm sure that the teachers will judge us fairly. And I understand that percentages, like average percentages, may go up or down, but we're not left with any other option right now. Our entire country is collapsing. People are begging on the streets for oxygen. Like, we need to understand the gravity of the situation.
Absolutely. We all need to, yes, all the resources need to be pulled in. That certainly is being done at the level of the government and the authorities, and many private organizations, NGOs, responsible citizens also stepping in to help each other. We are all in this together, and we will, definitely see better times as well. Thank you very much, Neha Joshi, Rashmi Biswal and Sia Dayal for joining us on the broadcast.